And honestly, I think this back design is gorgeous. Now today we are looking at the Marchen playing cards. This is a super cool deck, and I cannot wait to show it to you. And I say it's a super cool deck because I'm recording this at the end because I've already reviewed the whole deck. So this is a really cool deck, and you can get it for 15% off thanks to We Are Playing Cards, who sent me this deck, so you can check them out with the discount code in the description below. But enough talking, let's get into this review. So subscribe and ring the bell because I put a new review every single Wednesday. Smash the like button and let's get into it right now. Now the front of the tuck box says Schwarzwald, established in 2017, limited edition. And the front says Marchen Playing Cards 2000. And I'm really digging this like foresty, almost like mossy green. And with a little bit of orange above and below, just makes it really look elegant. One side it says Legends Playing Card Company, in which, if you didn't know, Legends, USPCC, and Cardamundi are like the three top places if you're going to print cards. So definitely should feel good in your hands. And the other side says Marchen Playing Cards. Underneath the tuck seal says Schwarzwald, which, if I'm being honest, I have no idea what or where that is. The back says 705 of 2000 on the numbered tuck seal, and inside of the shield says 54 poker playing cards. The inside tuck flap has a really cool M logo. The two inside tuck flaps have two little birds, and the entire inside tuck box has floral work just the same as the rest of the box. And that is all I can say about this tuck box, so let's take a look at the cards. And I know I didn't say this before, but the embossing on that tuck box makes it look muy finito. And I've just heard that before, and I have no idea what it means, but I'm going to pretend that it means fantastic. Now honestly, this was kind of an unexpected back design for me. I didn't really see this back design coming, in contrast to how the tuck box looked, but here it is anyways. So this is the same diamond that is used on the front of the tuck box, but all of the colors are so much richer. Instead of like the foresty moss green that was a little bit more on the dull side, you have still the same moss green, but it's so much more vibrant. You have a really deep, thick black around the outside and the same scroll work. Plus, you have a second border on the inside, from the black to a second white border. And honestly, I think this back design is gorgeous. I was kind of nervous for a second after seeing the tuck box on how would they pull off a back design with this. And I'm loving it. Now for the first joker, we have a cuckoo clock pointed at 10:12. And honestly, I'm not quite sure why that is the time, but maybe it has some significance that I haven't heard of. So if you know why it's pointed at that exact time, let me know. And the other joker is of an old tree. Now for the number cards, for your spades, you're going to have custom pips, indices, and fonts, but your placement will all be normal. This is what your diamonds look like, and I do like that they have been recolored to fit that same almost golden, yellowish, more like a sunny type of feel, and it really does fit the deck. Here are your clubs. And last but not least, of course, your hearts, which in this case happen to be my favorite. Now each of your court cards have their own story to it. So for example, you have Hansel and Gretel as the Jack of Clubs. You have Hansel and Gretel on their own sides, making at least this card a one-way card. We have Wise Fran, and I'm not sure of the story behind her, but this one is a two-way card. So you're going to have some two-way, some one-way, which then means some of them can be used for certain magic effects. You have Morbach Monster, and honestly, I have no idea what that is. For your Jack of Diamonds, we have Druid, Perchta, and Rebazal. And yes, I realize I'm probably botching all of these names. Moving on to clubs, we have King Watsman, we have Lorelei, and the Pied Piper of Hamelin. And last but not least, your hearts. For the King of Hearts, we have Barbarossa, Princess Brunhild, and Next Reprecht, or whatever the heck that thing says. So if you know how to say whatever that is, let me know as well, because I know I just jacked that one up. And of course, for your aces, we won't have anything after that because there's only 54 cards instead of your normal 56. We're going to start off with my favorites, the Ace of Hearts. Absolutely gorgeous. Then the Ace of Clubs. The Ace of Diamonds. And of course, your Ace of Spades by ForgeArts.com and designed by Nikolai Aro. And I know Forge Arts has put out some amazing work, and so if you're wanting to check out more stuff on them, you can go ahead and search for it, because I'll just leave the Forge Arts website in the description, so you know I don't have to search for it. I've got you. I'll let you be a little bit lazy, put a little bit more work on these little tiny shoulders. Now, first of all, we have smooth sides, so that is definitely a plus. And let's get into see if this thing can furrow. So from top to bottom, there is no furrowing happening from top to bottom at all. If you want this thing to furrow from top to bottom, you might as well burn the deck. From bottom to top, furrows quite easily. So you're only going to furrow this thing from bottom to top. Now this is the back design when fanned, and here are the faces when fanned. And that gold to black contrast is beautiful, and that really thick black contrasted with the white on the back design really does make both ways when you're fanning look great. Now of course, for stock and finish, there's one way we do finish. I just tell you if it feels good, and you actually just have to describe it. So it's like sandy, is it smooth, how long does it take to wear away? And at this point, I've been using it for a while and it really hasn't worn away. So let's start with that. Super smooth, don't have any problems with the finish. Super nice. Now last but not least, who should buy this deck? For the back design, I would say for Magicians would be perfect. I really think if this whole deck was just like the back design, Magicians should pick this up. The court cards make it a little bit hard though. The number cards are going to be super easy to read. The gold might be a little bit hard, but because the court cards are so overly customized, I think it could be difficult if the spectator's only going to be looking at it for a second. And honestly, with how the actual letters are pointed out, like, you're going to be able to tell that the Queen of Spades, but that Q is just really hard to read, and that's not something you just normally see on a Queen of Spades. It's really customized. So I think Magicians could use it. I think it just could be a little bit difficult depending on which card they choose. If it's either a previously red, now gold card, could be a little bit more difficult, and if they pick a court card. But the black cards and the aces should all be extremely easy. Plus, I really don't see the jokers helping very much, since they're not really duplicates, or it's not a marked deck. It's not a one-way deck for most of the time. There's no other ad cards, only 54, so it just could be a little bit difficult. Alrighty, now for cardists. I don't even know why I'm talking about this. This really isn't a cardistry deck. Let's just skip to collectors. Collectors, I think this is the deck for you. If you are a card collector and you like collecting really cool cards, this is your deck. It really is. It's a really cool deck. It has like a really cool, more like Lord of the Rings type of vibe for me. And I'm really digging it. I really am. I'm not really a Lord of the Rings type of guy. I'm more like an Avengers guy. But for real, this deck is super dope. Like all of the court cards with those different stories it tells behind it. It's honestly a really dope deck. So if you're a collector, I would get this deck. For playing games, I think that you could play games, but I don't really see it like, oh yeah, you should play games with that, right? So I think you could take this around places and still do things with it. And then if someone wants to play a game, I think you could still play games with it as long as they know how to street cards well. And I really don't see this as a hype deck at all, because you probably didn't know about it. But since you didn't know about it, and now you know about it, you should pick this deck up. Because most people aren't like, well, you know, I only use it for Magic, and if I can't use it for Magic, then I'm not going to use it. Right? Like, I have some decks I use for Magic, I have some I use for cardistry, I have some decks that I just like. Right? It's not like a cardistry or Magic or collectors or fill-in-the-blank deck. It's just a deck that I like. And honestly, I think that's where this deck falls. It's just a really cool deck that I really like. And if you want to pick it up for yourself, it is 15% off in the description below. So you can go ahead and check that out. And if you want to check out the Patreon that I've set up for you guys can get a monthly giveaway every single month and extra cards and just cards that I send out to you guys and Descendants playing cards updates and voting on the content that goes down in this channel and so much more. Check out the Patreon. First link, second, fifth, one of the links in the description has Patreon right next to it. Go check that out. It's like right down there. Like literally, like if you guys seeing it, like it's right below the like button. You like click the button and like the whole drop down comes. And you like scroll, and then bam, like Patreon, right? It's like right down there. Okay, I see it. Just go down there and get it. Okay, just at least check it out. Will you at least do me a favor and check it out? Just let me know you went over there, check it out, come back and at least tell me you checked it out. Even if you lie to me, just check it out. Alright, that's enough for today. Please make sure to subscribe and ring the bell. Give this video a thumbs up. Check this out for 15% off. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. This is Card Perfect, signing off. No, I didn't actually think I was signing off, right? It's a deck review. I mean, come on now. 100 decks. This is going in it. And yes, we now have a new top 100 decks, and you'll have to wait till November, which is like literally around the corner, to see what the new top 100 decks are going to be. So seriously, you'll just have to wait until my birthday when I drop that whole freaking, like, it's gonna be nuts. It's literally gonna be 100 decks in one video, possibly two. I might have to split it up like Rise Playing Cards did, because Rise Magic is just freaking awesome, and I love this stuff. So make sure to stick around for that by subscribing, ring the bell so you get notified when that stuff comes out. It really mean the world to me. All right, for the second time, Card Perfect, signing off.